Well, you have to hand it to him. Admirable effort to come out of 3 break points there, virtually 3 match points.
When this type of things happens in a match, you feel sick in the stomach, you want to turn the clock back. You only get a few chances at this level, you really have to take them.
That's brave. And you've got to say pretty brilliant too. I mean, that was desperation. He just hurled himself at that.
Brilliant is the word. Great approach, good pass, and have a look at the desperation on the volley.
Now, I wonder if 4's his lucky number, because this is his 4th chance to break. That's a killing serve. No way you're going to reach it, let alone return it. Well, what a great volley, and a beautiful shot from Johansson too, down the line.
Well, this is turning into a brilliant match. Both players now just lifting their game a notch higher. They can both sense their opportunity, a semi-final berth at the US Open.
Not to mention an extra $100,000 for getting into the semis from the quarters.
Advantage Johansson.
He's put it out. Can you believe that?
Well, he's looked pretty safe at the net, Johansson. That's the first time he's missed what you'd have to say was a duck.
Can't remember him playing a high backhand volley before in this match.
No, the few times that he's come to the net, he's actually played low volleys and played them for stop volleys very well.
What's his name? Gamble?
Well, at this stage of the match, you do have to try something. You've got to try to win the match. And the good thing was that Philipoussis then was in motion on the second serve. On a few occasions, he's been a bit flat-footed out to the forehand side.
Second serve, 5th break point. Well, it's all happening in this game.
Well, you'd have to think if he had that point over again, he wouldn't miss the volley. Almost a bit too eager. Really racing to the net, didn't split his step. You've got to split your step and look for the volley. You can't just charge it. Well, he's a bit pumped up now, Philipoussis, just racing to the net. Very hard to play a balanced volley when you're moving forward that quickly. Normally what you try to do is, as your opponent's striking the ball, you split your step and then look for the volley. Philipoussis is just intent on getting the net as quickly as possible.
Maybe nerves creeping in here. He didn't chicken out on the serve at all. He didn't hold back. It was 83 miles an hour, but he served a lot of second serve slower than that.
He's an unusual guy in that he serves a lot better when he's down.
Yeah.
Advantage Johansson.
This has been the longest game in the match by far, and the most crucial time. And he's getting no first serves in. Well, you've got to say that's nerves. Twice he's served for this game and double faults.
Well, you'd have to say a combination of nerves and the fact that he knows that he's got 220 pounds of Philipoussis rushing in every time he drops that second serve short. So the constant pressure that Philipoussis has applied will maybe pay dividends late in the fifth set.
Advantage Johansson.
Well, another forehand volley into the net. Johansson somehow creeps through. Hardly deserved to with the double faults. He didn't play particularly brave.
Led for 15 love.
Well, that could well have been a double fault, because some idiot in the crowd bellowing out something, and still is.
Led for service.
Well, of course, by this hour of the night, everybody's used the opportunity at the break of sets to have a couple of beers. Atmosphere's getting a little more festive.
Difficult volley, well handled. This man, Johansson, does return very well, so often. Well, that's just a great serve. Fairly restrained, looked faster than it was, 106 miles per hour. Oh, that's unbelievable serving. When you consider what he's been through, 5 break points, which would have led to perhaps to that game, and he would have had the match if he got one of them.
You're right, he's showing a real maturity tonight. 21 years of age, and you get the feeling that he's coming of age as a tennis player, Mark Philipoussis. Win or lose this match, I've really been impressed with his court craft and strategy. He's always been a great hitter of the ball.
That's cool.
15 love.
Well, on this occasion, Philipoussis coming in on a bit of a bluff. You can see he's behind the baseline. Johansson didn't have to move. He could get set early. He really could have gone either way with that pass.
Another double, and his first serves percentage are down to 40 in this set, which is a bit of a relief for Philipoussis. He was getting a lot of aces on first serves earlier.
Well, you've got to forgive someone. He's telling himself, just focus, just concentrate. You've got to forgive someone an error at this stage of the match because it's not always easy to play with adrenaline. Sometimes these decisions are tough to take. You want so badly for the ball to be in.
Led for service.
It was a better approach, a bit more floated, a little bit deeper, but he really does like that reply down the line. Well, he's assured at least of a tie-break ending.
Johansson leads 6-5 final set.
So Mark Philipoussis has the tough job. He's got to win 2 games. One is going to be this one, the service game coming up, and then he's got to come through the what an ending, nerve-tingling ending of a double of a tie-break to this match.
And this is the only major tournament where they have tiebreakers in the 5th set. You've almost got to feel sorry for the guys. They play over 3 hours of tennis, and maybe, just maybe, it'll come down to a tiebreaker. Of course, in the other majors, you've got to win by 2 games, an advantage of 2 games. And we've seen some epics over the years. I'll never forget Becca Camporese at the Australian Open 5 or 6 years ago. It was 15-13 in the 5th set.
Yeah, well, if Philipoussis does win this game, let's hope it's won by skill and not by luck. So, the man in your picture is leading in the final set of this match over 3 hours by 6 games to 5. But he's really poised for these serves. I always have the feeling that these very good servers, if they really want to, they're going to get that first serve in. Well, that's the sort of luck you hope doesn't come in the middle of a tie-break.
Well, he's got lucky with a few net cords, and these are rare at the US Open. The nets are strung so tight that if the ball catches the tape, it normally flies up and presents the opponent with an easy shot. On that occasion, continuing on its way.
Oh, that was so close. Top of the net, going down the line, would have been a winner. Absolutely no sign of emotion from Johansson.
Now that is a difficult volley. To try to push the forehand volley away is tough. It's one of the hardest volleys, ball coming at your body. You always want to hook it back cross court.
Well, there was no Cyclops, no bleep. And I certainly don't think that was quite long, so certainly no overrule.
Johansson to serve.
So here it is, tiebreak ending. That's the serve where Johansson has won many clean points. The medium pace slice.
1-0 Johansson.
And what a difference there is if he gets his first serve in, on that occasion an ace, but he really has started to look shaky on that second serve, Johansson. You think that might be the key to this whole tiebreaker, Johansson's first serve.
Oh boy, he missed an awfully good chance then.
Well, he knows it too, but when you're tight, it's hard to pass. The court just seems that little bit smaller, the net seems that little bit higher.
And Philipoussis seems that little bit bigger.
Johansson.
He's reverted to going for very big serves, and you have to wonder if that's wise.
There it is again, going for the second serve ace at 108 miles an hour. I think the call was correct, it was wide. Well, here it is again. Just nailing the first. I'd really love to see a second serve from him. Been getting very tentative on the second serve the longer this fifth set has gone on.
Well played. A very measured return of serve there, very careful.
3-2 Johansson.
Well, it's easy to say from up here, run around and hit a forehand, but it's not an easy shot. Ball angling into your right hip. He played it up the line beautifully.
Great serve. Crossing a 3-all, what a difference to crossing a 2-4 down.
Two great points there from Philipoussis. He's going out to win this match. I just don't want to see another second serve attempt at ace, though. His second serve is big enough. He doesn't have to try to ace the guy. It's big enough and heavy enough.
I don't even want to see a big first serve from him. I want to see one just a bit more restrained and a good volley. Great serving.
philipoussis.
Now the tension on Johansson is considerable. These points are becoming ever increasingly more important.
For all.
Well, Mark Philipoussis coming in on a bit of a bluff, and Johansson just really nailing this, not going for any angles, straight through him.
For Johansson.
Well, if Mark does watch a videotape of this match, that's maybe one area of his returning game that he can just tidy up a little bit. The swinging serve out wide on a fast court, he's tended to lean and reach for it rather than maybe take half a step. Try to get out there.
My golly, the guy's had some bad luck by hitting the very top of the tape. The winner of the next point will have match point.
Well, he did it again, 116 miles an hour on the second serve, but Johansson picked it.
Late first service.
That's out.
6-5 Johansson.
It was a terrific return of serve.
Well, hindsight's a wonderful thing, but Johansson has returned particularly well in this fifth set, and you just wonder maybe Philipoussis not adopting the body serve enough. Even though it was a great second serve, it gave Johansson a swing at the ball. Hasn't particularly tied him up throughout the fifth set. Something we saw Rafter do so well to Bjorkman.
'Great return, made it, that's the main thing. When you've had a match point in a match like this, lasting well over 3 hours, and you lost it,
6-all.
it affects you.
Well, Johansson, he must have been praying for a first serve there. He was always going to be in trouble on the second. And Philipoussis absorbed disappointment well when he squandered 5 break points earlier in this fifth set. Let's see how this kid can cope with losing a match point.
Johansson.
Well, this time, Philipoussis has to salvage the match point, but he is on his own serve. Second match point to Johansson. Very professional to get your first serve in at a moment like that.
7-all.
What tension. Every other point is match point for a semi-final for $200,000. First match point for Philipoussis. Match point, second serve. Well, you've got to hand it to him.
Well, what do you say, Philipoussis? He did the right thing. It was a good approach. The pass not only accurate, but hard.
You've got to applaud the courage of both men and the nerve.
Johansson.
Third match point, Philipoussis. Against Philipoussis.
Late first service.
How about that? Change of ends, another 6 points gone by. Is this going to be another Borg McEnroe?
Well, what can you say? The guys have been out there for nearly 3.5 hours. It's going to come down to one well-struck return or one well-constructed point. Almost seems unfair that a match should finish like this.
Well played. Second match point, Philipoussis.
10-9, Philipoussis. Late first service.
Well, you can't do much more than that. You hurl yourself around.
Well, great play there from Johansson. Philipoussis once again coming in on the slice backhand. He did well to pick up the first volley, and look at the desperation in the dive. Doesn't always feel so good either when you land on cement. Rolls nicely to absorb the fall. I would have loved to see him run around on a forehand there. It was a mid-court serve. I really think he could have generated more pace. Well, Philipoussis, he's had a couple of match points on the Johansson serve. Now he gets one on his own.
Well, I think you can tell from the reaction of this crowd, sitting on the edge of the seats everywhere.
Led for service.
Philipoussis has done it. 12-10.
4-6, 6-3, 6-7, 6-3, 7-6.
Desperation for Thomas Johansson. No one remembers the people that lose these matches, but everybody supporting him back home, and Linköping in Sweden should be proud of him. 3 match points against Mark Philipoussis. But what a crowd-pleasing performance that was. And you can't tell me that tie breaks in the 5th set aren't what it's about. This guy will cry tears in the changing room. But he's done himself proud out there. 7-6 in the 5th. He loses a quarter-final. Mark Philipoussis goes through to the first Grand Slam semi-final of his career.